Hello from Menton in South France, where tomorrow at 4 p.m. the ALPS Bikepacking Ultra event will start. Yeah, we are at the sea. Beautiful. I just came back from registration where you got a nice goodie bag with plenty of stuff in it. Yeah, that's the bike. That's where we will start, and then it's 1,000 kilometers and about 33 vertical meters to Thonon-les-Bains near Geneva, and yeah, gonna be amazing. I'm feeling good. Let's see how it goes.
As you can see in here, it was very windy at the start line in Menton. Other than that, the weather was good, about 26 degrees. And we started with a police escort out of the city and then into the first mountain range.
"15 minutes in, I got shat on. Nice." What the hell? So, about 3 hours in, a little bit over 40k, about 1,300 meters of climbing. So far so good. Just had a first refill with water, and yeah, all good so far. Second big climb for today, 60k something, don't know. It's getting dark. I will put on the headlamp now and have another gel, and then let's continue.
Since we started at 4 in the afternoon, my strategy was to not sleep during the first night and just ride through it. This was quite hard, but I wasn't the only rider going with the strategy. So there were actually quite a few people riding through the night.
Okay, 2:30 now. Let's have dinner. I didn't really find anything at the last village, so yeah, but I still have a couscous salad that I brought from Menton, so that's gonna be my dinner, and then let's continue. Yeah, but first, where actually am I? Yeah, let's eat. I feel a little bit funny. I'm feeling alright, but not really focused right now, so I need the food.
The first part of the race, including the first night, were quite hectical because all of the riders who decided to go through the night really pushed themselves, including myself. I was riding with many cool people that night. I don't quite remember all of them, but it was amazing. And then when the sun was rising, it was just magical in the mountains, as you can see, with purple clouds, orange and pink skies. It was really, really magical. What you don't see in the video, but you can see it in some of the pictures, is that in the early morning it really started to rain. And with rain I mean biblical downpours. This was mentally really challenging for me, and I really had to push myself to Thonon, which was the end of the first section, where I got an Airbnb and rested for 10 or 12 hours, maybe even a little bit more, which was quite a long time, but I really needed the rest and to collect myself again, because otherwise I think I would not have been able to go on.
Everything is packed. I just checked out of the Airbnb, and now section 2 starts. Yeah, let's hope my hands will be better, and yeah, looking forward to reach checkpoint 1 next night.
My very loose strategy, apart from the first night, was to ride for about 19-20 hours or so per day, then have a couple of hours of sleep, and then start very early in the morning again, because at that point in the race it was quite hot during the day.
You probably don't see anything, but the sun will rise very soon. Hello from the first climb of section 2, first big mountain for today, 3 in total. This one is 2000 something meters. I've been on the bike for 5 hours now. Climb took me 4 hours. Views are amazing. I will have my third or fourth breakfast. Now it's downhill, which will be a little bit chilly, so wearing my puffer jacket. And then in the valley I will resupply again and then get ready for the second big climb. Resupply at the boulangerie, a piece of cake, 2 slices of pizza and a quiche. So now I have to find an open supermarket. The one I saw is closed on Mondays, so yeah. It's Pizza o'clock. Ich will hier nur durch.
In total, we got 5 separate section files for the complete route of the race from the race organizers, and this is during section 2. And back then, weather was nice, it was sunny, it was not too cold, not too hot, not too windy. Now looking back, this was actually pretty easy riding, which would change during the race, and this was actually the easy part.
Fortunately, this climb, the second one for today, was shorter than I expected, which is a good thing. I'm at the top right now, found a shady place, or a shade, not a shady place. And yeah, now I'll have my treat for this summit, this cake. I have no idea how it's called. We'll have to look it up when I buy the next one. They're huge. Taste like creme brulee, kind of. I don't know. And they're massive and dense of calories, I'm sure. So perfect. And with that, iced tea. An iced tea, and that's, yeah, that's it. And now, down we go. Man, these roads are really uncool. So many cars, transporters, everything. And yeah, hard for cyclists. That's one part of the route I didn't really like. And these sports cars, man, dangerous. I just left Isola. I didn't have anything to eat because the kitchen was closed. Yeah, and now I'm moving on to the next place. I think Saint-Étienne something. And instead of the road, I'm on this cycling path, which is a nice change. Looks quite cool, and no cars. Yeah, but as you can see, the sun is setting behind the mountain, and in the shadow of the mountain it's actually quite cool, which isn't that good, because I think I will have to climb the next big one in its shadow, and then the sun would have been helpful, but we will see. There it is. I better have some food. Yeah. Now that's all I could get. The usual Coke, iced tea, something else. Looks like Fanta, 2 bananas, some sweets and the salad. Yeah, better than nothing. So let's eat the salad and pack everything into the bags. And it's super windy, so I put on a jacket now. Let's hope it's not too cold on the mountaintop. The thing is, when it's getting cold and it's windy, but you're going uphill and it's exhausting and you sweat a lot, then you simultaneously need something to regulate the heat, like my arms. But on the other hand, I don't want to get cold, and cold sweat really is not good. So it's really check it on, check it off, and so on. But at least I try to keep my neck warm so that it doesn't get too stiff, because then I tend to get a headache, and that's not good, because then I won't sleep well. So yeah, but look, still a little bit of sunlight, beautiful scenery, really cool, way better than the street I was on before. This is cool. Love it. 2,800. It's super cold. I'm wearing everything I have, all my clothes, all pip shorts, everything. Now we'll put on some gloves and go down. Man, this is super cold, super windy. Really need to get off this mountain now.
Now you have the energy to be meeting a crew.
I'm at checkpoint 1. Had amazing pasta right now, hot chocolate. My front light broke, or at least it just stopped working. I'll have to look into that because I want to continue riding to Barcelona. But yeah, let's see if I get it to work. Decided to stay the refugee. Don't have any more rooms, so I can just lay down on the floor in this lodge, which is cool. Yeah, should be cozy, at least it's warm and I have power. Good morning, it's Tuesday, I think, 7 o'clock. I'm in front of checkpoint 1, which was amazing. Hot chocolate, pasta, and I got a little bit time to rest. So, and now it's the start of section 3, which will be a little bit longer again. I just talked to Katie, one of the 2 race organizers, and she said that there's some really cold weather incoming for Thursday, Fridays, and so on, -7 degrees. Yesterday was already a little bit too cold for comfort for me on top, so on the way today I will try to get some more clothes and some gloves. And now it's down to Barcelona.
Checkpoint 1 was a very modern refuge hotel, and yeah, the staff was very welcoming. Katie was there, one of the race organizers, and I received my first stamp on my private card, one of 3 which I had to collect during the race. Yeah, the food was great, it was warm, it was cozy, it was nice. Still, I decided to not wait for breakfast and continue riding very early on, which in hindsight was a mistake because that was the day where I started to feel weaker. And now thinking about it again, I really should have taken every opportunity to get a decent meal, and skipping one of these was just one of the many mistakes I made along the race.
Right now I'm in a old tunnel, maybe for the railway or something back then. A little bit bumpy, it's completely dark. Took me by surprise. I was actually lucky that my headlamp was still mounted, but yeah, look at that. I mean, that's pretty cool. So here's another sign on how to behave when there's a shepherd dog. Yeah, I've seen quite a few like that, and so far the dogs have been nice, but you never know. Just good to know how to behave when encountering one. finally found some water again. Much needed. I miscalculated a little bit. I thought there would be another village with a shop or with a water fountain, but it wasn't. Yeah, but it's probably best to just finish this climb as quickly as possible, to descend, then to resupply, and then I can hit the last very, very, very steep climb of today before it's completely dark.
At that point, Marco and Jiri caught up to me. I had met those two the night before at checkpoint 1, and yeah, during the rest of the race we would overtake each other and chase each other, but also ride at a very similar pace, so that we ended up riding a few sections together. Of course, all of us independently, because it was a self-supported race, but still, they were a strong motivator for myself to keep pushing, because they were super great guys and very, very strong and technically strong riders. So yeah, I really tried to keep up with them.
Alles gut, alles gut.
My resupply strategy for this race was really simple. I brought with me a little decathlon bag, and whenever I saw a supermarket or little store, I just completely stuffed it with food and drinks and just tried to take in as many calories as possible.
This hiker bike is absolutely brutal. It's just single tray. It goes on for so long. I have no idea how long, but man, taking me forever. Super exhausting. And downhill on the other side, it's the same. But you're a little bit faster. You can just brake in the back and then slide down. But the other guys, I think they rode it. No way in hell I can ride that. So I will probably walk down this mountain. Yeah, but at least the hiker bike, like upwards, is over.
We didn't find a place to sleep in Briançon when we arrived, because I think it was 3 AM or something, so we simply decided to sleep in front of a McDonald's. And to be completely honest, I think that was the best night of sleep I had during the whole race.
Five chocolate, we are starting again.
So, we're going downhill right now on this tarmac road. That's the view, pretty cool, and very, very nice mountain range. Really, really nice. I'm on the climb to the top of Col du Sommelier right now, which is the highest point of the road, with I think 3,075 meters. The weather is changing. It was very blue sky 2 hours ago. Now it's closing in a little bit. Let's hope it all stays dry and not so windy, because rain and wind, man, it's just no fun at these altitudes. Oh, yeah. Still about 1,400 meters to go to the top, vertical meters, which will probably take me another 2.5 or 3 hours. Yeah, but so far it's on asphalt. There have been 2 landslides because of the heavy rain on Sunday, and because of that we have to take a detour at some point, which I should not miss because it's mandatory. Yes, and then it's the same way down again. I can't wait. Still 600 meters to go vertically. Just pushing the bike a little bit. You know, sometimes it's good to switch things up a little bit. Riding, walking, good for my butt. But yeah, at least it's not too hot, but yeah, windy again, which is a bit freezing. I arrived at the top, finally. Yes. Amazing. Oh. Right? The weather is changing really quick, so I have to be fast to not get into the rain. I think over there it's already raining a little bit. So, but look at this scenery. Worth it.
In the valley, I grabbed a Coke, some fries, and a pizza, and then, yeah, started to ride again.
Okay, so a bunch of guys and me trying to get to the next town, and we already have booked a hotel for there. Oh, but man, I'm completely wasted. I'm soaked with sweat. I really have a hard time paddling, just pushing. Looking forward to have my bed and a shower. But man, I'm really exhausted. Another hiker bike of doom. 2 degrees, strong wind, and raining, and that's how the terrain looks like. Just a couple of 100 meters left to the top, and then finally the downhill, which I'm not looking forward to, because if it's looking anything like that, then I will have a hard time riding it, and that's no fun. But this really makes me look forward to the shower even more. So, just a little bit more. On the way down now, but it's really foggy, and again, too steep and slippery for me,
than my skill level, so other guys went ahead without me and I will just crawl down this thing.
It was so foggy that I actually lost track of the route and was wandering around a little bit with my bike on my back, actually for quite a long time, until I finally found the route again and yeah, then continued to cycle down to the hotel.
Bought some lip balm because it's getting really bloody, and when it's so cold it really helps to protect my lips. And now some food, obviously, and the coffee.
I also stopped to buy some windproof gloves and overshoes for myself because I was way too cold on top of the mountains, and this was a good move because from that point onwards the weather just got worse and worse.
Don't really have a flat, but I somehow lost some tire pressure, and on the uphills it really feels sluggish, so
I also used lots of sunscreen during this race, even though it was foggy and rainy and everything, but at these altitudes you easily get burned.
That was really beautiful. It started snowing and there were all these purple rocks. And for one moment I was just really happy. I don't know, I was so happy that I had to laugh. And then it started to rain. I just left Moutier, where I had a good portion of fries. And I will now go up another 2,000 meters to the second checkpoint. I have no idea how long it will take. Always depends on the surface, maybe 4 to 5 hours. Now it's 5:30, so it will be somewhere during the night, and I hope to find a place to sleep there. Climbing. But that's what this route is all about, I guess. Many mountains do look similar, but when you're up there, you're all a little bit different. That's cool. So let's see what this one will bring. What will we eat next? Eating, well, I can't even talk anymore. Really, I have problems to talk while doing this. It's weird. I don't find any words. My sentence structure is also weird. I don't know, man. But yeah, let's find out what it is. Let's open up this little thing. Pear. Yes. Love pears. I am at, let's check, 1442. I have to go to 2050, and no, there's a road going up and there's a gravel track going down, and I have to take the gravel track going down. And honestly, it's really frustrating when you know you have to do so much climbing to do, and the route says no, first you go down a bit again. An hour ago or so, I didn't check my Garmin soon enough, and I headed down this road, only to notice after a while that I had missed a path I had to go to, and this added another around 150 to 200
vertical meters to my day, which really sucked. But for now, I will eat my banana because I can feel that I'm getting really tired and I'm not really focused, and that's not good when you have to write stuff like that. So I have to stay focused and eat enough and drink enough, although I don't have that much water left, which is also a problem, but just a little longer. 4.5 kilometers to go. Weather is like this. It's snowing, headwind, cold, windy. Man, that's hard. I put on everything I have and now I just push. I need to get out of this. There aren't
2 down, 1 to go.
Yeah, there aren't that many left. Riders on me, right?
About 40.
Ready?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes! When I arrived at checkpoint 2, they didn't have any food left or something. Still, I got a tea, which was great, but I was so exhausted. I actually didn't eat anything before going to bed, and that was a big mistake, because in the morning I really felt it. I was super weak.
Good morning. It's Friday. Yesterday I arrived at 11:20 at checkpoint 2. It's a very little hut, no electricity, very off-grid. And I got the last bed in this tiny dorm. They only have these wool blankets, which I wrapped myself in. But I slept horribly. I don't know, it was just cold. My heart rate was still up and I was sweating until maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. One of the guys was snoring. And now at 6:30, a little bit later, the other guys already left to the other building, because this one is separate from the actual checkpoint. And then there will be breakfast at 7. But yeah, that's the tiny bedroom here. We have 4 beds. And yeah. Whoa, God. Oh shit. Freezing.
Now going from checkpoint 2 downhill in the snow. Let's hope the brake pads still work. Okay, and then I will have to try to synchronize the Garmin again, because I don't have the route on my edge right now, which is not good, but for now that's how it is. Looking beautiful, really beautiful. I loved this part of the route. It was so magical with the snow and ice, and I like the cold. But it was also very exhausting, and I was actually a little bit happy when down in the valley the snow disappeared again. Yeah, and as you can see, Marco and Jiri, they were also riding along, because they also stayed the night at checkpoint 2. Just now there was an eagle flying beside me. Not really close, but still pretty cool.
Nice creatures. I'm on top of Col de Joly, which is the end of the first alternative route in section 5, and from now on it's the normal section 5 route file again. Wind is as brutal as ever, snowing, really cold. I put on everything I have for the downhill now because it's so cold, so windy. Can't wait to get a hot chocolate. We're next Mont Blanc. Amazing looking mountain. The sun came out and majestic, but this is a bit too crazy for me. Don't wanna crash and hurt myself, so I'll walk.
At this point in the race, I really started to feel the lack of sleep and also the meals that I skipped. Yeah, that was energy that I was missing now because I had a very hard time to put down any power into the pedals.
I think that this slide.
At first I thought, hey, come on, let's ride through the night. It's the last night until the finish line. But then I realized I was way too exhausted and no way I could pull that off. So together again with the others, I decided to stay at an Airbnb, only slept there for 2 hours, and then we started riding again.
Last day. Let's go.
It didn't take the others long to get rid of me. I was just way too weak. They went ahead. I tried to finish at my own pace. I checked the tracker and the guys behind me were 5 hours or so away, so I really tried to come up with a strategy to finish in front of them while not completely destroying myself in the process.
I am on the top of the second to last big climb. I am really tired, but look at this beautiful scenery. It definitely makes up for it. So beautiful. Look at that. That's so cool. Beautiful. And this is the downhill I will take now down to the valley.
T-minus whether
I made it. I'm at the top of the last real climb, and from now on it's only downhill to the finish line, with a few little exceptions, but that's it. That is all of the climbing of ALPS. I'm super tired. No amount of carbohydrates could cure me now and could cast away the tiredness that I feel. I will now have one last Coca-Cola and one pain au chocolat, and then I will go downhill and roll into the finish line. Yeah. Hello. There's always time for cats. Huh? They're beautiful. But I have to go down.
I was so eager and excited to finish the race that I didn't really film that much at this point. But as you can see, it was an amazing day. The sun was out, weather was great, and I was riding through these woodland trails, which I really enjoyed. And then I saw the lake in the distance, and this really gave me a boost of morale to finish the race. And when I finally did, and I saw the finish line, I was just overwhelmed, overjoyed to have made it, under 7 days. And that was the end of my journey, the end of the Alps Divide 2024 for me. Later that day, there was a finisher party at the restaurant next to the finish line, and all the riders who had finished until then, but also those who scratched, didn't really matter, celebrated, exchanged stories and their experiences, laughed about the ridiculous things that had happened, maybe the weather or whatever. It was a perfect ending to the Alps Divide 2024, just to talk to all these amazing people. And big thank you to Katie and Lee, the two race organizers who came up with this event and who managed everything. Also thank you to all the volunteers. They did a great job. And it was a pleasure being part of this first edition of Alps Divide 2024. It was the best bike ride of my life by far. It was absolutely stunning. It was equally brutal and exhausting. And there were times where I really doubted myself, but I pushed through and I'm proud of that. This is an amazing, amazing event, and I can only recommend not just Alps Divide, but doing an ultra bikepacking event once in your life. It's an amazing experience that you will take with you for the rest of your life. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.